This morning I had to do a couple of things outside, and I was very struck by all the signs of spring that are in my garden at the moment, and it reminded me of a wonderful poem by Christina Rossetti called Spring, which I'd like to share this morning. Frost locked all the winter, seeds and roots and stones of fruit, what shall make their sap ascend, that they may put forth shoots? Tips of tender green, leaf or blade or sheath, telling of the hidden life that breaks forth underneath, life nursed in its grave by death. And I really love this about spring because at the end of the previous season, all of these things had died off seemingly. But now I can see the bluebell shoots coming out, the onion shoots, the tulips and everything else. And it's just a really wonderful time to go outside and see the signs of spring just as they're about to come into our lives again. It was a joyful post today. I received a brooch that I ordered to add to my collection. I try and add to my collection one a year, and so this is the latest one for Christmas. So at least now I know that my accessories are sorted for Christmas, and I can pack it away with the other Christmas brooches and pins. Today I managed to finish off doing the menu planning for February and the last bits of January. So we managed to sort it out, and the next time that I'm going to do menu planning is probably going to be around this week, and I'll do it for March and April. So for February we have the Lunar New Year that we're also going to celebrate at the same time as one of my son's birthday. It's not actually his birthday on the 10th, but it's just going to be easier for us to celebrate it then because he's away on a school trip during his actual birthday. And it's a leap year, so yeah. Got a little toy to say hello. You're back from school.
Yep.
You had a good day?
Changed.
Awesome. High five.
Bully Violet, signing off.
Another thing that I did today was planning out the rest of the house cleaning. So with Fly Lady we're in zone 2 for this week here. So I write down the zone numbers on here, and zone 2 is the kitchen and the pantry, and then zone 3 is the main bathroom and one other room. Zone 4 is the master bedroom. So these are areas that I will be focusing on. And then zone 5 is going to be the living room. And so I have the zones written in so that I can just look at the mirror and at the calendar and know exactly what I need to be doing. Later on, it was time to start cooking dinner, and there's nothing like a warming chicken curry on a cold night, and it has been quite cold. So I'm using some chicken breast that I'm going to fry up and brown in some ghee. I like to use ghee whenever I'm doing some of the curries or any of the Asian dishes. So I just put them on very high temperature, which is why ghee is really good for this because it has a high smoking point. And I'm just going to brown them just to seal them. I'm not doing it to try and cook the meat through. And of course, deglaze that pan because there's loads of flavor on that pan. I've used chicken stock to deglaze the pan, which I also add to the chicken. Because I don't actually add salt, I find that the chicken stock is salty enough and it gives it enough of a flavor. And I will use a korma sauce. Now, these are korma sauces that I buy from Aldi, and I think that they are quite good value. And I'll just mix that in with the chicken stock and the korma sauce just to get it all nice and even. And then the magic happens when you add the natural yogurt to this mix. Of course, adding all of this makes it go further, but it's also very nutritious with the natural yogurt. It gives it a lovely creamy flavor. And I'll mix that all in, and then I will wrap it with some foil over the tin, the roasting tin, before I pop it into the oven. So this is the big difference, I suppose. I don't actually cook it on the stovetop. I find that cooking it in the oven is a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to clean up. So I'll put it in the oven at 180 degrees fan assisted for 30 minutes, and that's normally enough to get it nice and juicy and tender and very flavorsome. And with that going, the rice will only take me about 20 minutes to do, and I like to do the rice just as I'm about to serve it so that it's nice and steaming hot. So I had to do some cleaning up. Dinner is going to be rice with some vegetables and the korma. Oh, it smells so good. And we picked up some onion bhaji, and over here is some roti.